No, I am not concerned. Look, Juventus against Atletico de Madrid yesterday. That is football. And when you play away from home against team like Arsenal or against team like Olympiacos, always you can concede goals. Well, it's a coincidence that in the last few games we concede, leading a very good result, and then we concede. But that is football. That is about football. Always is about to improve. When we talk in football, always is about, of course, experience, a good mix with young, with energy, and different things that make very complex that game. And of course, always is difficult to accept. Never is easy to, because you are very disappointed. But in the same time, that is football, and we need to keep pushing and improving. It's going to be harder, you say. Yes, my quote. It depends how the people took my words. No, I never say that. That doesn't mean that we are going to run more or to spend more time on the training center. I think it's always harder. I think I wanted to say that is to keep the level that we show, the concentration and the focus that we show in the first half of Palace. I think that is the challenge to keep showing to the rest of the season. That is a challenge. When we are in a very good mental level and we are all focused and connected, we have a strong team with a lot of quality. If not, always we are going to struggle. You can win or you can lose, but it's more up and downs that we need to avoid this type of situation. That is why you can assess physical or tactical the team, but in the mental aspect, it's a lot of things that can influence the individual player and the collective that is so important from now to care more than maybe another aspect of the team. No, I don't say that. I say that we need to improve. Like we need to improve in all the aspects. We need to improve in this type of situation, leading 2-0 against Arsenal, leading 2-0 against Olympiacos. I think we are not talking about quality. We are talking about maybe to be in this type of situation, manage better or deal better with this type of situation. But look, a few months ago we played the final of Champions League. We were not talking about mentality. We were not talking about nothing, and we got a lot of prize because we played the final. Only that to be all in the same page, behave all together, and to create the dynamic that too much every opponent, not only in our physical condition, if not in our motivation and aggressivity and all this aspect that must be with your mentality, your will. Is so important that we need to work to try to improve. No, I am happy with the performance. Maybe yesterday wasn't maybe his best game, like the team. I think the collective performance wasn't the best from us, but I am happy with the commitment of Christian. He ran a lot, was very committed with the team, the effort. But I think I am not concerned about him.
Likewise, Dele Alli.
Well, Dele is different situation than Christian. They got injured from the beginning of the season. I think it was his first start of the season. He needs time to recover his best feeling. I am happy with him too. His performance yesterday, effort. Only is he needs time. Yes, I think we were talking. And we were talking that was our approach of the game. After 15 or 12 seconds, we were one shoot not on target, but from Harry Winks, in the way that we approached the game was the difference like yesterday. Only if you watch the first 2 minutes from Palace and from yesterday, you can see the difference. That is not quality. It's not about the talent. It's about that yesterday, the first shoot was from them, and they kept the position from more than 2 minutes, and we didn't can pick the ball. That was the approach that was completely different, and then how affect the game. But that is the main reason that maybe we didn't kill the game when we were 2-0 or 3-0 or 4-0. But I am not concerned. I think that it's a process that we need to improve, and we are going to improve. I am very optimistic. We were talking on the halftime that I think our positional game was the plan was different. For different reasons, we start to change. That is why after 20 minutes, I decide to play with Lucas close to Harry Kane like a striker, and of course Christian on the right and Dele on the left. We have different plan to play. We have different setup in possession, out of possession, and of course we were not happy in the first 20 minutes because our organization wasn't the best. Of course that we scored 2 goals, but the feeling wasn't great. We didn't control the game. We didn't dominate the game in the way that we wanted to dominate the game. That is why after, on the end, we conceded another goal and was the draw. I think we were all agreed. The player agreed that for different reasons we didn't play in the way that we planned to play. But that happened. Happened in Tottenham and happened in different teams. The most important is to realize and to fix the problem. I think the second half we were much better. Unlucky that we conceded penalty, soft penalty. But I think the team in the second half, I am very happy with the second half. That like was in the opposite, with Palace. First half was brilliant, and second half wasn't so good. In Olympiacos was the opposite. Yes, we cannot think in that. We need to be ready to compete Saturday. It's a thing that we cannot change. Only we can affect or negative or in a positive way if we talk too much in one or another way. I prefer to talk positive. We have a big squad, and of course we are going to assess the player, and I hope to have a very good game. And of course it's not going to be an excuse. Happen what happened Saturday morning. We need to approach the game in our best condition, and of course now we need to we have time to recover, and I will tell after the game if I am happy or not, and we suffer or not the all these travels before to play Saturday. We not talk too much about Leicester because we arrived 3 o'clock in the morning, and until 4 o'clock we didn't arrive here to the lodge. And this morning you can understand that always the most important is to rest and to sleep. We move a little bit. Tomorrow we are going to talk about Leicester, I think, but in Premier League we know each other really well. Leicester is a very good team with a lot of good, unbelievable players. It's a very good point. Leicester, after to win the Premier League, they rebuild their squad and today are doing fantastic with a great manager like Brendan Rodgers that I know very well. I think they are doing a fantastic job. Be careful when you translate what the players say after the game on the media, because sometimes we can took in different way the words. Always I respect what the player say, and you can assess what the players say on the media. I am not going to judge what one or another player is telling you, because I wasn't there. I cannot talk about the words and the intention of the. But of course, when you are disappointed, you always look to try to improve. And it's a different aspect that we were talking, under my opinion, that we need still improve. Football is always about improve. Liverpool, after to win the Champions League, against Napoli, 2-0, lose the game. City lose against Norwich. Always football is dynamic and it's today. And of course, in every single game, on every single season, always you create the goals and the thing to improve. And of course, that is football is so dynamic and always is about good and not so good performance, successful situations, unsuccessful situations. The most important is the player realize that we need to work hard to improve and be consistent. That is the most important. But that in the whole season, in 10 months, always different periods that are up and down. And of course, how we start the season in our best. Our effort must be massive to try to improve in all the areas that we need to improve.
Before the start of the season, you said that success for you would be winning a trophy this season.
For myself, my goal, yes.
In terms of the Premier League trophy this year, do you need to win games like Leicester away to challenge the likes of Man City and Liverpool?
Of course, I know, agree.
And in terms of Leicester, there's been a lot of talk about Leicester this season in terms of them maybe being the side that breaks in.
The same position, we have Tottenham and Leicester, we share the same position on the table, 8 points.
Do you think they're the side most likely to break into that top 6?
We'll see. It's so early. It's so early on the season to talk about contenders, to talk about what is going to happen in the future. It's still all the teams are finding their best. We only play 5 games on Premier League. Until play in between 10, 15 games, it's difficult to see what is going to happen. Real contenders, teams that are going to be very seriously contender. It's still so early to talk. I didn't hear.
He says that they're still making the same mistakes they were.
But I cannot talk about things that I didn't hear. And we need to be careful how we, and my responsibility like a manager is to be careful, because after the games, how you took or how you translate to me the words or the sentences, sometimes it's not in the way that maybe he wanted to express or translate, and that is why I never am going to judge the words of the player after the game or in the interview, never. They are so free to talk in the way that they wanted to talk, and of course, the most important is that we share the same opinion in private that we need to improve. And I think all the players in the squad, we feel the same, that we need to improve if we want to be.